Alright, so I've been meaning to make this video for quite a while now, and I finally got the chance to do it, so here we go. So this is how I met the Soda Squad. So I've been around Box since I can't even remember, dude. Somewhere it was in Classic. This was a while ago. I would team up with people here now. Eventually, this is when APOC didn't result in I'm gonna murder everybody. It was where people would actually team up against bandits. Like, oh, this guy killed me at the Northwest Airfield. He was a bandit. The whole server would team up and go kill that bandit. That was the golden days of APOC. Then, I don't even know, but I watched APOC change before my eyes. Nowadays, every person you see wants to kill you, and you want to kill every person. Now, we all understand that there is no point in it anymore, because you can't, if you team up with somebody random, there's a 50-50 chance that they're going to betray you, or you're going to betray them. So, I teamed up with a bunch of people over my years in APOC, and some people really stood out to me. I ended up finding Silas Anderson, 123, and after that, we played a while. Then he went offline for a bit, but we still kept in touch. And eventually, I was playing alone. This is when this is after Classic, and this is after Classic. Amend was released. I would play with my friend Thomas Dempsey, and if some of you are real APOC community veterans, and you know who he is, he was claimed as AR's most wanted by the Apocalypse Rising community admins back when Amend was around, Milbert, you know, a lot of the admins. So I would play with him a lot. I would also play with Roblox Peter Pan, but Thomas was probably one of the closest people I'd met at that time. This is before I met Silas and everybody. So then it happened. Peter Pan joined my server and his squad, and then people teamed up with him to come kill Thomas and I. And Thomas and I and his other friend, it was 3 of us versus the whole server. We would chill in the Amend Forest bunker. We would chill on the bottom of it in the big room, right? All of a sudden, I just see 6-7 people just rush in, and all hell broke loose. I killed 2 people, and I crashed. So I rejoined, and I was listening to the Skype call. There was so much hell going on. As soon as by the time I spawned back in, everybody's dead. Everybody's dead. There's just one guy just looting, so I kill him, and I collect the loot. Thomas leaves the server. He's all like, dude, thank you, etc. So eventually Thomas stopped playing completely. We still keep in contact very rarely, but I went back to playing alone for a bit. Then this is after Amend was retired, and out came Apocalypse Rising 5.0. I was put on the beta testing list for 5.0, and if you don't know what 5.0 is Apocalypse Rising Kin Reimagined. So while I was beta testing, came across, met a couple of admins and all that, and it was released. It went awesome, and eventually I was running from the cemetery over to Dirk, right? I come across Dirk. I see 3 people in Dirk, so they're obviously heavily geared. So this is at the point where people had already started murdering each other no matter what. So I tried to sneak around them to get into Dirk. That didn't go so well. They immediately spotted me, and we had a good little 5-10 minute sniping session. Eventually, I ran out of ammo, picked up a PPSH inside of a warehouse in Dirk. I ran around to a building at the behind of Dirk, one of the little buildings next to the warehouse, and 3 people flanked me. I killed one. There was another on a hill, and there was once again another trying to get me. I fought my best, but I died, and they added me to a Skype call, and this is where I met Fanta, the first person in Soda Squad ever. Alright, well, the first that I had met. So we decided to play out a bit. We played for about 2-3 days. And then he goes, hey Bob, you should join my server. Alright, so I joined him and he teamed up with people, and inside the server was Soda Pop 17. And I didn't, to be honest, I didn't know who Soda Pop 17 was. I had no idea that there was an APOC subreddit or anything like that. And eventually I joined their Skype call, I joined their team, and we started playing. We made a big base, and I have pictures of this, I'll probably put this up in the video, but this is the very first base I built with Soda Squad. There was Butt Hunter for Life, Soda Pop 17, Fanta, and a couple others. I'm gonna pull up the picture right now. The first time I ever played with Soda Squad, and in the server joined the quote-unquote Reddit squad that I was told about from Soda. And I had no idea who they were. I just heard that they were a bunch of people from the Reddit, including some of the admins. And I recognized a couple people, and it just inspired me to. I was like, this is so cool, man. We're having a war. It would turn into server wars. Like half of the server would be Soda Squad, the other half would be the Reddit squad. And this is what I personally think inspired every squad in APOC. People would join teams and all that, but then you'd look at the Reddit and it would be Soda Squad, Reddit squad, back and forth. I'd see posts about Soda, I'd see posts about Reddit. So, back then, Soda Squad didn't really have a group or anything like this, or even a name. It was just a group of friends who would play. So, eventually, I started playing enough of them, and I go, and being Jarl, or he was Soda Pop 17 back then, we would play, and then he brought up a fact that I was like, hey, so I play with you a lot, and you play with me a lot, and I was like, I don't know if you consider me a part of you guys' team, he goes, oh yeah dude, you're totally with us. And then that's where I felt accepted by you guys, and so I decided that we were playing around and all that. We met Tiny Troco and a bunch of other people who turned out to betray us, but oh well, they got what they deserved. Eventually the group was made, and when we made the group, we were thinking, I was like, Soda, what are we called? Are we called Soda Gang or the Soda Squad? I listed off like 9 different names, and he goes, Soda Squad sounds nice. So then Soda Squad was born. We eventually became very well known, and we were literally quoted by the longest and oldest running APOC squad, official, basically. We'd have wars with Reddit squad a lot, and then I started noticing some other little squads just, appearing firstborn into APOC, and I like that, because then a lot of people would challenge us, we'd fight them, and whoever won. But, eventually Reddit squad decided to just stop showing up to things, and found out that they had died. And then there was Blado squad. Oh boy. The Blado squad. The new Reddit squad, but mainly only for moderators. So, I didn't have a problem with that. We were cool with the moderators and all that. Eventually we stopped using Skype, and we eventually graduated to a TeamSpeak server, which I knew how to run. Then the Soda Squad TeamSpeak was born. And then Soda didn't know how to create or even run a group in Roblox, so I was given ownership of the group. And I helped him out with whatever I could. And eventually we grew into this giant empire of sociability that we had. From there we met, big squads. They're upcoming, but we're big squads. We have Fat Cat Squad, which is probably one of the second squads I battled out there with, besides Reddit Squad. Then we had Logic Squad, and I'm not even gonna get into that. There was a couple others. There were so many I can't really list all of them. But it's sad to see that a lot of the squads that we used to battle died. They don't play anymore. Probably the only squads I see play anymore are the Honey Hackers. And even then, like, they don't even attack us anymore. They attack our lower end squad members, which kind of anger me. It's like they think they can pick on the weakest link and just win. No. Anyway, let's get back on topic. So I met Soda Squad and all them. I was introduced to a lot of their members, and we all seem to just coincide with one another. We just literally all just seem to just coincide with one another and just play. Eventually we decided to go play on other games, you know, like Reason to Die, USA. Just like we would obviously devote a lot of our time to APOC, but we would also devote a lot of our time to other games. Eventually, Soda started making videos with Windows Movie Maker. I didn't like that he would use something so primitive, so I went out and I got him Sony Vegas Pro 12. So from there, he's created a lot of very, very popular YouTube videos, and once again, I thank him for just being there as an awesome friend and a really cool dude. And then I want to thank Fanta too. Fanta, if it wasn't for me battling him and Dirk, I wouldn't have met this group of amazing guys and friends I have come to just learn and know. Eventually, we had a giant battle with the Blado squad. And the battle, basically, it contained Gus Manak and a lot of the moderators and admins of Apocalypse Rising. This is recorded as the largest and most important, not important, but one of the largest and recorded battles in APOC. And so there were two, you know, points of view. There was Soda's point of view, which you hear me screaming throughout the whole video, and then there was Blado's video where they were sitting there. We were all having a good time, right? All except for me. Throughout the video, you hear me just scream because I had people joining the TeamSpeak and just poking me. So I would be like, I would be in the middle of a field, and I had Gus Manak to my left. I would have Bloody to my right. They're about to flank me, and I get poked. So if you don't have TeamSpeak, poking is where you directly message another player, and it shows up on their screen, but it also tabs you out of the window you're in. So I would get tabbed out constantly. Like a couple people would like troll me, so I would get super pissed off. But all in all, we lost that battle with Battle Squad, but it was one of the most fun battles I've ever had. And I wanted to do another big battle with Bloody, Gus, and all them, but it just doesn't seem like Gus or them have the time anymore. Which, you know, it sucks. But that was still an insanely fun fight. After that, we were really on the board. That's where our popularity really took off, and then Soda's videos got really popular. I would start making videos. Then, you know, we decided to start going to Steam, right? We would play games like Unturned, and then we got Counter-Strike Global Offensive, which is one of the greatest games I've ever played on PC. And it's both frustrating as hell and fun. Soda bought me Counter-Strike, and we would play casual and all that. Then we started playing competitive, where we got our ranks, and oh boy. Eventually,
User joined your channel.
we decided to just stop. We still played APOC a lot, but we eventually saw ourselves becoming more involved in the Steam community rather than APOC. But we were still involved with APOC a bit. But then I lost internet for about 3 months, and it was very bad. I don't ever recommend doing that ever again. I decided that when I came back, I was pretty involved with also NUSA, and basically
User disconnected from your channel.
that was Ash Shannon. All right, so basically, we got involved in a lot of things and became less and less involved with APOC. But for a bit there were just I eventually quit APOC for a good while because 1, I didn't have a computer, 2, I had no internet, but 3 is there was a lot of people who just didn't really have good sportsmanship in APOC. Like once you were killed, they called you bad. They hacked. Everybody's done things wrong, including us. But I would just like to say that I quit APOC for a while, and I came back to it just recently. I made a couple videos on it, and we still play. It's just I haven't really had the time to edit the footage I've seen. I have. But all of this has been led up, and I couldn't have done any of this if it wasn't for Fanta. And Fanta doesn't even play with us anymore. I don't even know where he went. He like fell off the face of the earth. But Fanta, if you're watching, dude, I thank you. And Jarl has been a great impact and influence and an amazing friend on me. And so is the rest of the Soda Squad. Thank you guys. And I love you. This is how I met the Soda Squad, and have a good day.